Now, I think we should have questions first.
What is self-realization and how do you grant it?
Self-realization is the epitome of our evolutionary process, which is a living process through which you achieve your higher self. Even Darwin, who was an atheist, did say that as human beings have come so far, they will achieve their absolute. So to achieve your absolute means to get certain. The purpose of her life, the meaning of her life is only achieved when we get connected with the divine power, which is all pervading. Now one need not believe in the divine power, but you can see the manifestation of this living divine power when you see a flower becoming a fruit. All living work is done by this divine power. But we are not aware of it. At this human stage, we are not aware of it. But once this happening takes place, in your awareness, it's not just suggesting that you become something great or on mental level, but actualization of this experience is felt in your awareness, on your central nervous system. You can feel that you have become, again I say you have become, not told or brainwashed, but you have become collectively conscious. It's a state where you can feel yourself inside and others too. Now the knowledge of this is the knowledge of the roots. Whatever we have achieved is the knowledge of the tree. But if the tree outgrows itself from its root, then it may die. So it is time that we should find out about the roots. And to know about that, you have to become a settler. At this human awareness, you cannot understand. But sometimes it challenges the ego of people. They think, why not? I am such and such, what shouldn't I know? But you cannot. As you have to have a microscope to see things deeply, in the same way, you have to have this new awareness within, this dynamic awareness. Of course, the nature of self is that it is collectively conscious, that it is the source of peace and bliss, that it is the truth and love. That's the nature. And you become that. You become. It's not only mental, but you really become. Because whatever is mental is artificial, man-made.
And do you perceive this collective unconscious or this collective consciousness mentally?
Yes, the unconscious becomes conscious. Means it comes into your central nervous system. It is within you. Everyone has said it. Christ has said it, Muhammad has said it, Buddha has said it, Mahavira has said it. Everyone has said the same thing. Like Lao Tse, then say Zen system, everything has said that you are to be born again. There has to be some transformation. They didn't tell us lies. But the trouble is people can use this for their own purpose and mislead others. That's a different point. But logically, the disciples or the seekers also must know that you must feel your own powers. You must feel yourself. Otherwise, what's the use of just following somebody where you achieve nothing of your own? What did you achieve is the main point you should see.
And how do you grant this self-realization en masse?
Yes, that's the only thing is new today, is that it can be done on mass level. That's why in India it is called as Mahayoga. Formerly it was done for 1 or 2 days. But now on very mass level you can do it. We had once, they were there, 6,000 people in a village called Kudus, all of them got realization. In India it's very easy because they are not so complicated. But Indians take it for granted. They know what Sahaja Yoga is, they know what realization is. I mean, they are trained that way. Or I should say they are conditioned that way, that they understand it faster. But when the Western people get it, they are sometimes difficult. But once they get it, they are very deep. And they think this is the solution, the only solution for all the calamity. So they work it out very seriously, and really they are doing very good work.
Is it harder to grant self-realization to Westerners?
I used to think so, but the other day in Adelaide, I was amazed that they got it without any difficulty. So many of them, there must be about 300 people in that hall. It was all packed and they all got it. So all my ideas about that also are now changing. That suddenly I'm meeting the right type of people.
But how is it that you actually deepen this mass level of consciousness?
How do you do it, Mother?
How do I do it? As I said, it's spontaneous. A seed, if you put it in the Mother Earth, it sprouts by itself. You cannot say how you do it. But because you are just ready for it. It's like one enlightened light can enlighten another light. Even if you put your hands towards me like this, you can get it. It's so simple. And then you can give it to others. Once you get it, you can give it to others.
With due respect, we get a lot of Eastern visitors to Australia, with different brand or different types of religion. But who do we know? Who do we know is leading us, and who do we know is misleading us?
See, you must use your brains for everything. God has given you a very good brain and logic. And logically you must reach proper conclusions about your realization. First of all, you must truly find out whether you want your realization or not. Because if some people want to fly in the air, then I can't give them. If some people want to have diamonds, that I can't do. Some sort of funny miracles that they do, all these tricks. So you have to be honest, first of all, about it. Secondly, you must know that this is love of God and you cannot sell it in the market. You cannot purchase it. Okay? That's one of the very important things one should know. Because they pamper your ego in a way that you are purchasing your guru, that he is in your pocket. That's what one feels. But you cannot pocket the guru. Guru has to be higher than you. Then you have to find out the lifestyle of such a guru. How is he? How he lives? Is he an honest man? Is he a righteous person? Or is he... You must find out the credibility of such a person. Apart from that, you must find out the credibility of the followers also. What are they doing? There are so many gurus who have got followers for 18 years, 16 years, and they are epileptic. If the guru can't even look after their health, then what's the use of having such a guru for yourself? But human beings are very competitive in certain things.
Sorry, really?
They're very competitive, amusingly. Like they see a person coming out of the pub falling in the gutters, and they enter into the same pub, sort of thing. You see? It's sort of a competition that they get into. And they think, why this man has gone to this guru, so I'll go. It's a fashion. People talk, who is your guru? And the other says, this is my guru. It's really, I can't understand how people
Yes, but you see, it sprung up like that, though, hasn't it?
Yes, what I'm saying, this is a special time, a time of your resurrection, a time of your judgment. So there is a need. There is a need. But people are so vulnerable and so naive, I would say very naive, not to understand who is right and who is wrong. It's very simple. People come out of the jail, wear a funny dress and go to America, sit in a square and start singing something funny. Everybody will say, oh, look at him, what very great. Moreover, a kind of an inferiority complex I think people have who are householders. They think they are very selfish, they are raising their children and looking after their household. It is not. it is one of the greatest job is to be properly married and to have nice children. But if you see somebody wearing that dress, he has given up everything in the world, you see, you feel so enamored. It's superficially you cannot judge it.
Do you believe Satsvidya?
That's right.
May I ask you, do you believe Satsvidya is the only true guru, or are there other organisations that offer enlightenment as well?
Do you believe that you're the only true guru, and are there other organizations who offer enlightenment?
There are many true gurus also. It's not true that I'm the only true guru, but I'm the only mother, I should say. Because these true gurus who are living in Himalayas and other places on the hills don't want to come down. They don't want to mix with people. I sent one fellow with great coaxing and persuasion to America. He ran away within 3 days from there. He said they can't understand. They are just the other way around people. They can't understand God. They understand dollars. So there are many gurus and they recognize me quite all right. That's why when they say that she is the, what did you say, greatest saint or anything, is all said by these gurus only have told them.
You do some yoga practice as part of your daily routine, do you?
Meditation in a very simplified form. When you feel this cool vibration on your hand and above your head and over your body, you know that you're in meditation. That's it. That's it.
Do you do any sort of asanas?
Not many. Just a few if you've got a specific problem.
You see, it depends on, it's very scientific. It depends on where you have a problem. Say, for example, you have a problem in your stomach. Now, you have to do certain exercise for that, for a short time, till you get rid of it. Or maybe that you have to say certain mantras for that, to excite or to awaken that part within you into liveliness. That's how, it is very scientific. But gradually you know it, so easy it becomes, the whole thing becomes so easy. Because when you are expanding towards the periphery, the whole thing becomes complex. But when you integrate towards the center, then everything is very simple. You have to deal with simple principles. And once you know how to manage that, for example, balance. Balance in a person is very, balance in a person is not dealt with in, say, in medical science. While we have one medical science, we have psychologists, we have this and that, we have one doctor for one eye and another doctor for another eye. Here is one person who is the one who cures you, he diagnoses you, he gives you realization, it's everything. The laboratory, the complete instrument is human being. And this is created by God within you beautifully. It's all there. Just to be connected to the means. That's all. It's already there. I mean, nothing fantastic for me because I know it is there. But once you get it, you are amazed how you have started working it out. Because we are not aware of ourselves. Every one of you can get it. Every one.
How did you develop the self-realisation? Were you born with it, or?
I was born.
So, from the day you were born, you know.
When did you know that you had been born with it? When did you discover it?
You see, it is like if I ask you a question, when did you discover you are a human being? You won't be able to say. It's simple as that. See, I was quite aware of it.
When you say self-realisation, I mean, I know I'm a human being. I mean, what do you mean by self-realisation?
You can. Everyone can get it. As long as you are a human being, you get it. That's all.
It's a higher level of awareness than human awareness. You're not using your thinking brain, you're not using your emotional brain, you're using what is basically the all-pervading power of God, the unconscious about which
that is reflected within you.
Jung spoke about.
You see, it is reflected within you as Kundalini. We call it, in Sanskrit language, it is called as Kundalini. But this also word is so terrifying to people, those who have read about Kundalini, they get a fright. She is your mother, the one who has to give you the rebirth. Now there are people who have written so many, such big books without knowing where the Kundalini lies. Right. Imagine. Absolutely vague. Now you can see it in some people, pulsation of the Kundalini. We have got also on videotape some of these things when we saw on some people where there was obstruction, the pulsation. The pulsation, you can see sometimes this triangular bone sacrum just pulsating. But imagine this thing was called as sacrum, means sacred. And I asked the Greek people, I said, why did you call it sacrum? They said, we had a report with the Indo-Aryan group much before Alexander went to India, and they told us that this bone is the sacred bone.